Here's what they're not telling you about the next big wave in gaming, and why it could change everything you thought you knew. Let's explore this topic while I build an iron farm in my forever world. Gaming has always evolved, but right now it's moving in directions that feel almost futuristic. Let's start with something that's both weird and fascinating: alternate reality games, or ARGs. ARGs are a strange mix of storytelling, puzzles, and real-world interactions. You might get a text, a mysterious email, or even see a flyer in a city that's part of the game. One of the most infamous recent examples was "I'm looking for 3,024 people," which promised a huge reward if you solved its complex puzzles. But it turned out to be a scam. And that's part of the ARG thrill. The line between game and reality gets blurry. Some players spend weeks, even months, hunting for clues in emails, websites, and real-world locations. The concept isn't new, but the tools players have today, smartphones, AR apps, social media, have supercharged the experience. ARGs aren't just entertainment. They're a glimpse at the future of gaming interaction. They take storytelling beyond the screen, creating communities that work together, compete, and obsess over tiny details. Developers have noticed this, and some are even starting to build games with ARG style marketing built in from day one. Imagine a new game dropping and the first quest isn't in the game at all. It's on Twitter and a YouTube video. That's a reality that's slowly becoming normal. Moving from ARGs to broader trends, let's talk about the evolution of multiplayer games. Remember when online multiplayer meant logging into a single server and fighting other players? That's still around, but multiplayer has exploded in complexity. Games like Fortnite and Roblox aren't just games, they're platforms. Players don't just compete, they create, socialize, and explore. Roblox, for example, lets users build entire worlds, minigames, and experiences that others can join instantly. Fortnite has hosted live concerts and events that hundreds of thousands of players attend in real time. Multiplayer gaming has gone from a hobby to a social hub. One of the driving forces here is accessibility. Faster internet, cross-platform play, and cloud gaming have made it possible for more people than ever to join in. You can start a match on your console, continue it on your phone, and meet up with friends on PC. This has created communication that aren't just based on skill. They're based on shared experiences, collaborations, and sometimes chaos. And while it's exciting, it's also changing what players expect from the game. Today, if your multiplayer game doesn't include social elements, events, or constant updates, it's often left behind. Another big trend is gaming industry growth and innovation. Gaming has gone mainstream. The industry now dwarfs movies and music combined. In 2024, global gaming revenue surpassed $200 billion, with mobile gaming alone contributing nearly half. But the money isn't just selling games, it's in subscriptions, cosmetic items, esports, and live events. Developers are exploring AI-driven content, procedural generation, and adaptive difficulty systems to keep players engaged longer. In short, the gaming world is no longer just about making a good game. It's about creating an ecosystem that keeps players invested over years, not just hours. Virtual reality is another area that's evolving rapidly. Once VR was a niche with bulky headsets and limited games, now it's becoming mainstream with devices like MetaQuest and PlayStation VR 2. Developers are exploring ways to make VR more immersive, social, and accessible. Imagine putting on a headset and stepping into a concert with thousands of other players, or joining a virtual escape room where the puzzles change based on your movement. VR is moving beyond novelty into genuine, persistent virtual spaces, and with mixed reality tech, we're starting to see the boundaries blur between what's digital and what's real, tying back to the ARG experiences we talked about earlier. But here's the challenge: as gaming evolves, not all players can keep up. Some struggle to find games that match their skill or interest, communities grow so fast they can feel overwhelming, and new technology like VR or ARGs can be expensive, leaving casual players behind. So while the industry grows and pushes boundaries, it also risks fragmenting its audience. Some gamers might feel left out or alienated because the next big thing is out of reach. And here's the kicker: this isn't the future anymore, it's happening now. You might already be part of the wave without realizing it. ARG style experiences have popped up in major franchises. VR worlds are hosting events with thousands of participants. Multiplayer games are creating massive, ongoing communities that are bigger than some small countries. The gaming landscape is evolving faster than most people can track, and if you want to stay ahead, it's worth paying attention to these trends. So to recap, gaming is no longer just a hobby. It's a social, creative, and sometimes almost real experience. ARGs are turning the real world into a game. Multiplayer games are evolving into full-fledged social platforms. The industry is booming with technology and revenue models, and VR is pushing immersion to levels we couldn't imagine a decade ago. These trends are connected, shaping a gaming ecosystem that's more complex, more engaging, and more interconnected than ever. If you want to see where gaming is headed, stay tuned for my next video on the downfall of gaming. It's a deep dive into what's going wrong in the industry.